Yes, yes, natural contraceptive methods.
Yes, maybe can you just summarize what we handled? Let me give you the next 7-8 minutes to give us a synopsis of what we talked about.
Okay. Remember, we were talking about contraceptive methods, and I said that a contraceptive method is any measure taken to prevent pregnancy. If a couple or two people are in a sexual relationship or they are married and they are involved in sexual activity and they do not wish to have a pregnancy, they need to sit down and think, because in the woman there is what we call the menstrual cycle. Natural contraceptive method is understanding your body the way it functions naturally, as your body responds, and that thing in the woman is the menstrual cycle. Somebody needs to understand that the ovaries ovulate. Ovulate means release an egg. When the egg is released, that egg has about 3 days to live. During the 3 days, if he has had a sexual relationship, this egg is fertilized. Then the fertilized egg will implant in the womb. So you see that the ovary has the role of releasing egg, but pregnancy does not implant in the ovary. Pregnancy implants in the womb, in the uterus. So if an egg is released, okay, and the lady does not have sexual intercourse, then that egg has at most 3 days to live and die. When that egg dies, it degenerates and is reabsorbed into the system. After all, they are protein bodies. Then the womb that is preparing to receive a fertilized egg will wait for some number of days, and there is no fertilized egg. There is no option than shedding. It will shed itself. When it's shedding itself, the tissues that have grown there, the testicular lining, plus the secretions there, plus blood oozing out from broken blood vessels, plus the dead egg, all of this make up what we call the constituents of menstrual flow. That is why we describe menses. When a woman sees menses, blood flowing out from vagina, we describe it as the weeping of the disappointed uterus. This is when somebody has failed achieving a pregnancy.
Okay.
Because if the pregnancy it came and got implanted in the womb, you will not bleed. Okay? So, understanding natural contraceptive method is knowing your menstrual cycle. A man has the right to know the wife's or the partner's menstrual cycle, determine the fertile period, and differentiate it from the period that is not fertile. Now, just like Mr. Sam gave a contribution here, it is very clear that every woman has 7 days in the menstrual cycle, in a month, in her calendar, because she knows when her menses starts coming and when the next will start. That is her menstrual calendar. Another woman knows her own. So it's not like the monthly calendar from January to December that everyone knows that 1st January is a New Year day. No. Your own first, which is first, is the day your menses started. But your own may flow and finish and go for some days before another person's own is starting. But if you have a 30-day cycle, we have taught that lesson to understand when you ovulate. If you know the day of ovulation, 3 days before ovulation and 3 days after ovulation, it makes your fertile period. Meaning that a fertile period is made up of 7 days. The day of ovulation, which is in the center, day 1, 3 days behind, plus 3 days ahead. That's 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. Every woman who has reached reproductive age has 7 possible fertile days every month. So every woman has the right to study this. If you know it, you know when you are fertile, your fertile period. That already is called a contraceptive method, or what people just generally say family planning method. But we call that natural family planning or natural contraceptive, because you now know when you need a pregnancy, you will have sexual intercourse during your fertile period. When you don't need a pregnancy, you will avoid sexual intercourse during that period. That is now know that you are now following a contraceptive method. You know that you are taking a method to prevent pregnancy, but it's not a tablet that you are drinking. It's not an injection that you are taking. It's not an implant. It's not some coil that you are putting. You can study even just how your body is, and you have sexual intercourse when you like, any time of your choice, but you will have a pregnancy only when you want a pregnancy. This is how the knowledge of natural family planning method helps people. There are now several methods breaking this into symptothema, that is, you can study body temperature to determine when you're ovulating. Then you can do Billings method. Lady will notice that the secretions from her vagina become more watery, and then they draw a bit like wata echo, like wata okra. Okay, and she may tell you that she wake up in the morning, and she may notice some wetness, which is not thick, it's not murky even, but it looks almost slimy. Okay, she can hold it between the thumb and the finger, and then open gently, and it forms a thread long. Okay, all right, that is the basis of Billings method. Billings, Billings actually somebody's name who discovered that method. That when you see draw like that, it means that the person is in the fertile period. Yes, because if it's not in the fertile period, you will not draw like that. Even if there's secretion in the vagina, you will touch it, but you touch the finger and open, it doesn't form thread, it doesn't draw. You understand? Then you have lactational amenorrhea method, which is about breastfeeding. The woman gives birth, breastfeed the baby well on exclusive breastfeeding. It may take her up to 6 months that the ovary has not resumed the ovulation process, because the brain, that same part that is supposed to secrete follicle stimulating hormone, is preoccupied with producing breast milk hormone, prolactin. And so if you're breastfeeding your baby well, vigorously, and all the time, you can go for 6 months without ovulation. So during that period, you can have sex anytime you have choice, you are not afraid or anything. But be careful, it is ovulation that occurs first. Then menstruation follows. Of course, before we then be talking about calendar method, all of what studying your calendar from day 1 to day is what we call calendar method. All this will specify natural contraceptive methods. And even more, you will hear even our mothers and our villages, they have different ways they follow. And if that is understanding how their body functions, and then have sex when they know that will not end with pregnancy, or when they need a pregnancy, they know when to have the sex and have it. Such people, you will never hear about unwanted pregnancies, because the rate of unwanted pregnancies will automatically drop, and then maternal mortality will already drop, and the community will be healthy.
It's been a wonderful show with you, Dr. Ayim David. This particular edition, we are looking at contraceptive methods, and we actually handled the natural. And I want to believe that when we come next time, we are going to look at the modern methods.
And the modern methods, like what people call artificial. But I like to say that people should subscribe to this channel, and then they will watch more. Dr. David Reproductive Health channel. You just need to subscribe, like, and share.
And share with others.
Or write. Make your comment or write to me. The number is 674-6054-69. If you're out of the country, you just to add the word +3.
Yeah, you use
+237. +237.
Normal international code.
Yes.
We have been with this our famous doctor who is a specialist in family planning. I think you had it all, and I think you will subscribe, you will share, and you will be with it. Have a nice day.